see all the kids on TV do this all the time. It's just 4-bet, the guy 3-bet, they 4-bet.
Oh, 4-bet.
Huh?
4-bet, I don't slam
They
the chips.
they don't slam.
Everyone wants to be the big boss at the poker table, controlling the action, intimidating their opponents, and making the perfect moves. But sometimes trying to dominate backfires spectacularly. Whether it's a reckless bluff, a missed opportunity, or just plain overconfidence, these players went all in on acting like the table captain, only to crash and burn in epic fashion. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video to see one of the most spectacular failed bluffs of all time. Even the best poker players sometimes fail. Our first clip is a fascinating battle between two top-tier poker minds, Daniel Negreanu and Steve Silverman. With years of experience and a legendary reputation, Daniel attempts to outmaneuver his opponent in a way only a seasoned pro would dare. But sometimes, even the best laid plans fall apart in spectacular fashion.
Steve Silverman is picking up more hands than the janitor at a mannequin factory.
That's a 3-bet to 18,500.
This is a pretty big 3-bet from Steve, but it could be because he knows Daniel's a guy who hates folding like a teenager hates turning off his cell phone.
Go for it.
Negreanu 4-bets. 48,000.
This is ill-timed.
I see all the kids on TV do this all the time. It's just 4-bet, the guy 3-bet, they
Oh,
4-bet.
4-bet.
Huh?
4-bet, I don't slam the chips.
They don't slam.
Daniel has the opportunity to take a more measured approach. He could have made the smooth call, seen the flop, and played from there. But in an uncharacteristic moment, he misreads the situation entirely. It's a dream scenario for Steve and a rare blunder for one of poker's greatest minds.
I could say Daniel's giving something away, but the great thing about having aces is that you really don't have to make reads.
I can't even keep a straight face. Look at this. Kale box. That's what they call me.
5-bets coming.
Oh, man. See? What the hell?
I wish I could give Steve credit for a brilliant read. It's likely really difficult to not put in another bet and just hope Daniel does have some kind of hand here.
Yeah, I'll fold this one. You got it.
Attempting to get creative at the wrong time can be a disaster, and Daniel finds that out the hard way. Trying to bluff someone off the best hand in poker, pocket aces, that's a recipe for failure. It's a humbling moment, proving that even players with World Series of Poker bracelets and over $50 million in tournament winnings can misstep just like the rest of us. Bluffing the unbluffable. In our next hand, we witness a poker showdown that serves as the ultimate lesson in picking your battles wisely. Leon steps into the ring against Brin, a poker titan with over $67 million in tournament earnings. When you're up against one of the best, every move has to be calculated, but Leon does not get that memo.
I was like another orbit away from starting 5x in it, I thought that was what
Brin will 3-bet.
also sized down here a bit. It's like an exploit, and you can see like
Resizing, I think, oh, hang on, Brin's probably got a really good hand here. There's nothing.
I was just saying, like, I know
Leon has absolutely nothing, but that doesn't stop him from firing away. The problem, Brin isn't just holding a decent hand. He's sitting on pocket aces, the best possible starting hand in poker. While Leon might think he's crafting a masterpiece, Kenny remains unfazed, calmly putting in a bet of 265,000 chips. This is the kind of situation where even the best bluffs fall flat, and Leon is about to learn that the hard way.
Certainly burning a time chip or two here.
there we go. Yeah, look, I'm loving this. He's going to get the bad news if he does something, but eyes it on his face.
Well, another time chip thrown into the pot. Say, does love fighting for pots. Don't do it, Leon. We've got to keep you around.
He's got the aces, mate.
Oh, he does go all in!
For it.
Prince snap calls.
No. Oh, no.
And Leon will see the bad.
With just a 3% chance of winning, Leon is clinging to the slimmest hope that the deck will save him. But Brin isn't in the business of giving out miracles. The gap between wishful thinking and cold, hard reality has never been more obvious.
I just, you just know sometimes he's just going to go for it, you know?
Oh.
He was time card chip committed. He put half his time cards in, he's got to go for it.
He's actually
You can't put half your time charts in then not do it, you know?
Yeah. Shaking his head. Of course, he can still win. There's some miracle runner here.
All right, guys, give us a sweat. Oh, come on. Give us a little something.
And that'll be the end of Leon. It is still re-entry time, though.
It is still re-entry, yep. I'm sure he'll be back in involved.
Maybe that was playing on his mind.
Leon's bluff gets absolutely obliterated. Brin Kenny calls him down without breaking a sweat, proving why he's one of the greatest to ever play the game. Bluffing is a critical skill in poker, but this hand is a perfect example of how execution and timing matter just as much as confidence. What's the worst timed bluff you ever tried to pull off? We'd love to hear your story in the comments below. Clash of the Titans. In this high-stakes showdown, two of poker's most brilliant minds, Patrick Antonius and Charlie Carroll, go head-to-head in a battle of wits, patience, and raw instinct. Both players are known for their razor-sharp reads and fearless decision-making, making this an electrifying hand where every move could be the difference between triumph and disaster. With millions of chips in play in a nosebleed tournament, the psychological warfare is just as intense as the cards on the table.
80. Okay, I shall raise small to 80,000.
Really see a
Patrick Peel here.
How many people do you think have ever made a correct decision against Patrick Antonius based on a live read?
It's low.
Gets the best of it. Bottom pair for Patrick and position. Very important here.
Legends, old school, been around.
Antonius and Carroll are locked in, each studying the other with precision, waiting for the slightest sign of weakness. At this level, poker isn't just about the strength of your hand, it's about outmaneuvering your opponent mentally. The tension is thick and neither player is giving an inch.
Yeah, definitely does a lot of cool things in content, also helping people and talking a lot of poker. Really respect that.
Very interesting hand going here. Patrick's not a guy I'd want to just like be stone bluffing. He does pick up some equity here, but
Charlie Carroll is taking a massive risk. He's up against Patrick Antonius, a player with an almost supernatural ability to detect weakness. Antonius doesn't just read hands, he reads people. Every hesitation, every twitch, every betting pattern is under Antonius's microscope. If Carroll isn't careful, he's about to walk straight into a trap.
no. And Krelk sort of waves the white flag here.
Does get a free card.
This is wow. It does go all in.
I like that.
It's a tough spot.
I really like the bet sizing that Charlie uses here. If he would have just gone with like a more conventional bet of 150.
The decision looms as Antonius stares down at his modest pair of sixes, a hand that could easily be beaten, yet he remains completely unfazed. The entire room watches in silence as he weighs his options, calculating every possible outcome. The pressure is mounting and Carroll is waiting to see if his bluff will hold up.
Yeah, this isn't like a 50-50. I mean, this is a complex bluff and spot. And they're deep as well. It's interesting. I mean, this is 117 entered, and they're down to, it's getting close to the money.
Yeah, 11 spots away.
This is a high-level hand. Oh, hello.
What a call.
Welcome.
Bueno.
Wow. Patrick Antonius.
That is a call.
It took you so long.
It took you so long.
And just like that, Antonius pulls the trigger. He makes the hero call. The room erupts as Carroll's bluff is exposed, leaving him stunned in disbelief. This is a moment that defines elite poker, proving once again why Antonius is one of the most feared players in the game. This wasn't just a call, it was a statement. In poker, trusting your instincts can be the ultimate weapon, and Patrick Antonius just delivered a masterclass on why sometimes courage does beat the cards. If you never want to miss out on the biggest poker fails, sickest suckouts, and legendary wins, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. €1 million mistake. We're down to the final two at the World Series of Poker Europe main event, with Omar Eljac and Jonathan Pastore battling it out for the championship title, a life-changing €1.3 million prize. And, of course, the coveted bracelet. Every decision is now amplified. One wrong move could spell disaster. In these moments, mastering the art of bluffing is crucial. But just as important is knowing when not to pull the trigger.
Continue for just 20% pot. Obviously, Eljack going nowhere. 10 million in the middle already. I know we're playing around 100 effective, chat. Just a couple of hands, you never know. Story. Gonna continue for half pot.
Eljack is sitting on trip sevens, an absolute monster in heads-up play. Meanwhile, Pastore finds himself staring at an uphill battle with very limited options. But instead of cutting his losses and living to fight another hand, he eyes the massive pot and contemplates an ill-advised bluff. The problem? Eljack isn't going anywhere.
Fires out a bet, 5 million into 10 million. The deuce of spades turn. Biggest pot of heads up play, 20 million in the middle. The river. And spade rolled off. May have seen Pastore unblocking ace high. And he's gonna fire a third barrel, ladies and gentlemen. 20 million in the middle.
Pastore, we are practically shouting at the screen. Don't do it. If you try to bluff here, he's going to call.
Flopping nut trips.
Before.
He comes for the river raise to 24 million. And obviously this is just posturing here from Pastore. Huge pot.
While Pastore doesn't go broke just yet, this hand marks the beginning of the end. Eljack confidently calls and rakes in a game-changing pot. It's a perfect reminder that in poker, poor timing can be as expensive as any bad beats. And as fate would have it, Eljack goes on to win the entire tournament. One crucial misstep, one mistimed bluff, and just like that, 1.3 million euros slips through Pastore's fingers. Tony G's quiet win, almost. In this high-stakes clash, Tony G does something almost unheard of. He stays silent. Well, I mean, at least for a while. Known for his relentless table talk and psychological warfare, Tony momentarily dials it back as he navigates a €1 million hand. But don't be fooled by the quiet, he's as dangerous as ever. And one player decides to challenge him with a risky bluff. The silence doesn't last too long.
Easy. Easy money.
Give you a chance to get some refund. If you can get lucky. Just move all in.
Fold to Tony G.
And probably do like a big all-in hand. Just will be cool. The three of us like move all in with random hands.
3 players enter the hand, each determined to take down a pot that has already climbed past 70,000 euro. With blinds at 10k pre-flop, there's no room for big mistakes. Every decision carries serious weight. The atmosphere is thick with tension, as even the slightest misstep could cost a fortune.
So the very last hand, Tony G with top pair. Gonna fire out. Haxton's got middle pair and Bodzikowski bottom pair.
Lose 900.
So just one call from Haxton. Nikita has seen Tony G make a lot of bluffs, random stabs. So there's a chance he thinks a 7 is good occasionally, as long as Haxton's got some straight draws. He's going to continue as well. He's got position. A complete blank.
Each of the three contenders has picked up a pair, but none have a monster hand. Still, none of that stops them from throwing haymakers. With over 130,000 euro in the middle, it's now a pure battle of nerves. No flush draws, no sets, just three players testing each other's willpower, seeing who will blink first.
G is reaching for a lot of chips. 70,000 euros, half the pot. He's got the best hand. His image has really been paying off. Random hands, so could just be like a 5-4 offsuit. Haxton's going to fold one of them, but now it's on Bodzikowski. Wow. It is going to call here a third pair. 270,000 euros in the middle.
Tony's opponent, convinced he's caught Tony in a bluff, makes the call. Maybe it's Tony's history of wild plays, or maybe it's just wishful thinking. But one thing is clear, his read is dead wrong. He's about to find out that even when Tony isn't talking, he's still playing at an elite level.
And maybe Tony G is trying to make a play. Makita reaching for chips. Raises to 400,000. Wow, what a sick play.
Yeah.
Kicker. Cool. Wow, he snap calls pretty much on the very last hand.
I'm the best! The best! Yes! The best!
Tony rakes in a massive 1 million euro pot with just top pair, proving once again why he's one of the sharpest minds in poker. And of course, he can't resist breaking his silence to celebrate his victory, reminding everyone at the table exactly what he thinks of his poker skills. His opponent, on the other hand, is left speechless as his ill-timed bluff gets ruthlessly exposed. Even when Tony G plays it quiet, his poker game does all the talking. The price of aggression. At the World Series of Poker Europe High Roller Final Table, Singh and Kim are locked in a high-stakes standoff with millions on the line. Both players start the hand with marginal holdings, but while only one takes a disciplined approach, the other lets ego take over. What follows is a textbook example of why mistimed aggression can be a player's undoing, especially when facing an opponent who refuses to fold.
If they want to shovel it in, that's their prerogative. King 10 suited, Kim limping, flat with the ace-8 of diamonds. If he comes with a raise, this could be very interesting indeed here. $1.7. 1.7 announced from Foix. $1.7 has been called. 3.9 in the middle. Very important flop about to come down. Foix's ace in front right now. Still in front. Kim with a swing and a miss. Does have 2 overs and the backdoor straight draw working for him. As we welcome back Henry to the booth. Henry, epic heads-up battle going on just now.
Yeah, apologies for missing the start to this. Some of the production.
Kim finds himself in a dangerous spot. Singh has already made a straight, while Kim is chasing a straight draw with weak odds. In these moments, patience is everything. But Kim isn't known for backing down easily. Instead of cutting his losses, he doubles down on aggression, setting the stage for disaster.
Crew. Heading home early, calling it a night because we don't need with the 2 overs and the gut shot.
Yeah, Kim with an early double, and these two have 0.5. Foix gonna find the raise.
8.9 in the middle.
Pinks are half mil. Kim about to do something silly, and the answer is yes. Pops it to 6.5.
Well, well, well.
The commentators are praising Kim's aggressive play, but we've got to question their timing here. Betting 6.5 million chips with only king high? That's a bold move for sure, but it seems more reckless than smart, at this stage at least. You have to wonder, is Kim relying too much on his bluffing power? Especially considering his opponent already has a straight.
Turn 3 bet. The 4 to a straight. Hand number 192. Any turn 4 bet spots, chat? You kids and your solvers. Go solve that one.
Solve that, mate.
Singh isn't falling for it. He calmly calls, scooping up a massive pot while Kim is left reeling. This isn't just a bad beat. It's a lesson in overplaying your hand when the stakes are at their highest. High roller events aren't just about taking risks. They're about knowing when to pull the trigger and when to step back. And for Kim, this was a costly reminder that in poker, unchecked aggression can be as dangerous as playing too tight. An impossible bluff. In this next hand, the high-stakes tension of tournament poker is on full display as Dan and John go head-to-head. In a game where a single decision can make or break your tournament life, one player finds himself up against an opponent who holds an absolute monster. The result? A poker clinic in how to maximize value when you've got the best hand at the table.
Okay.
Ooh.
Check.
Interesting.
Yep.
Flaw,
Check.
straight draw. Ooh. A second jack.
Fold equity and has equity against a 7 or a 6 and a jack.
Just gonna go with the call. A little sneaky. Although
With nearly a million chips in the middle, John's hopes take a turn for the worse when Jack pairs the board. His draw is no longer as strong as he thought, and what seemed like an opportunity now carries serious risk. Meanwhile, Dan has a crucial decision. Does he bait John into a big mistake? Or does he press down on the gas and charge him for every chip that he's worth?
this could get...
Wow. Thanks, Brack, with the absolute nuts. Oh, in it goes.
Yep.
And we have a new chip leader.
Oh, nice. Nice hand.
Yeah, that was well played.
Checked as well in the end. Nice hand. Nice hand. How much is it? Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
That
what
was
hand?
wow. Now they're exactly even.
Okay. Dan Sprague.
Cool on the
gaining.
Yeah, I really liked
lead.
his call on the turn.
John plays the hand masterfully, setting up the perfect trap and getting every last bit of value from his opponent. It is the dream scenario. Watching your opponent shove all their chips into a pot that they have no chance of winning. As John rakes in a massive stack, this hand becomes yet another reminder of how brutal tournament poker can be, especially when you're on the wrong side of the nuts. Bluffing into the abyss. For our final hand, we take a front row seat to Victor Blom, one of poker's most fearless bluffers, attempting to run the ultimate move in the World Series of Poker Europe main event. Blom's name is synonymous with aggression, a reputation that has won him millions online. But in poker, reputations can cut both ways. This time, it seems his image has turned against him, setting up a high-stakes disaster that even he doesn't see coming.
Government just like... We've spotted the tanker, chat. We've spotted the tanker. Red Mist said, Poker Room Kings, good afternoon, sir, and thank you for the great coverage. Red Misty, welcome to the stream. In marginal decisions, but the tanking with, oh boy. Try Dutch commentary for Kings every now and then. Shout out Poker City, and shout out to all the Dutch community members. A lot of love for the Dutchies. They've been a big support.
The flop comes down and Blom likely sees it as the perfect board to fire off a bluff. With his signature relentless style, he starts applying pressure, completely unaware that his opponent is sitting on a royal flush draw, an absolute monster hand that won't be scared off by any bet size.
The years as we dive back into this, ladies and gentlemen, the club finds its way to the river. Brings on the turn, 72k in the middle. I'm going to slow down. Comes with B50 advantages on this board. But Victor going to attack this smaller sizing. Did feel like an attackable size.
Victor keeps the heat on, pumping chips into the pot, trying to force a mistake. But here's the problem. When your opponent has the ultimate drawing hand, folding just isn't an option. His timing couldn't be worse, and the stage is set for an epic fail.
Playing a lot, but again, zero authority from me in the booth here. Just felt like a natural big size or a check. Brick rolls off, and Victor Blom with the snap jam on the river with 8 high. Says Isildur, ladies and gentlemen. Blocking 10-8 suited. I guess is nice.
Now Blom is all in, and his opponent is left pondering a call with nothing more than ace high. It's a tough call to say the least, but will Blom's reputation for bluffing betray him?
10-5 of diamonds or something, like the soul read. Am I allowed to do that? He makes the call, ladies and gentlemen, with ace high. Hand number 13.
Good luck, guys.
Number 1 on Turkey's all-time money list. What did I just witness?
Against most players, Blom's move could have worked beautifully, but this time, his own reputation sealed his fate. His opponent's fearless call with ace high proves that even the best bluffers can get burned, especially when they push their luck a little too far. And hey, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to never miss out on the biggest poker fails, sickest suckouts, and legendary wins. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.